What's up, guys?
My mic is on. Hello, everybody.
I think my mic is on. Is my mic on?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on.
yeah, it's on. Okay, cool. Hey, guys. What's going on? Happy Thursday.
Another Thursday.
Yeah. Welcome to Thursday's
What are we calling this?
Animating at Klei.
If you've seen this
Rhymes
guy,
with Klei. Yeah.
and
I was
this
here
guy
last.
before,
Yeah.
then you know we're usually doing an art stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were here last week. You're here every week.
That's my last
Are you
show.
the most streamed employee?
No,
now?
really? Not this year. No.
Okay.
No, the most streamed employee
Jimbo?
is Jesse.
Oh,
'Cause he's
right,
got
right.
the
he doesn't
Tuesday-
count. He's his own superstar.
Jesse's a one-man
Yeah,
super rock star.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear us okay. I hope
Yeah.
you all have been doing well. I haven't done the stream in a little while.
It's only my second one of this year, too.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So yeah, we're gonna do animation-based stream today. Like
what are you calling it? Spacing,
spacing
and
and
timing.
timing.
timing. Yes, nailed it.
We're really happy about that name. We've sort of talked about stuff like this before in our other streams. They're all kind of related, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of wanted to go through. I think this time I'll draw a little bit. We'll do some rough animation and play with the timing. I'll probably do some poses of. We were talking about maybe doing like a run cycle.
Yeah.
Because it's nice and compact, and you can play with the spacing and timing very nicely.
And it's got all the animation principles that you'd want to learn about, so it's good practice, good exercise.
And then Ragnar's got some practical examples from professionally animated things.
Don't raise the bar too high.
The best thing
Yeah,
I've ever
no.
seen. And I saw Spider-Verse.
No. Oh, that was really good though. Spider-Verse was really good.
Yeah. It's like Spider-Verse, Ragnar
No.
animation.
Ragnar-verse is just a little bit.
So yeah.
Yeah. Hello
did
to
I
everybody.
turn the music
Oh yeah, we
on?
need to turn the music on. But yeah, welcome back to the
music in
peeps
the
that are
back.
always here when we're
Yeah.
doing the streams.
Thank you.
Watermelon,
Mine's Patch.
Zergologist, Dragon Mage.
All you guys. Loyal
Fang Dark.
fan base.
Yeah.
We're honored.
Thank you. Thanks for
So
hanging
yeah,
out with
we'll
us.
try and keep an eye on that chat. I know I can't draw and do it and chat at the same time.
I got the screens.
You got this. You got this.
If you guys have any questions, just post it up, and I'll try to ask Alex your very pressing questions
Yeah.
while he draws.
Is that my mic? Whose mic keeps popping?
Whose mic keeps popping? Is it my mic?
We'll try not to flail around.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Fuffles. I'll guess Ragnar.
We'll switch to DST Cintiq. Yeah, if you guys have, I don't know, things you've seen in our games or in any animation, and you're like, what is that? Or how did they do this? Or this boggles my mind. We can try and break that down for you.
It's all tricks, folks.
Yeah. Magic tricks.
Watermelon, is the keytar still dead? I don't actually even
keytar
see
dead?
it in. Oh no, it's in the corner. But I'm not sure if it's dead or not. I'm not sure we should test that out. Well,
I'm not qualified
Yeah.
to keytar.
I don't have my keytar license.
You need to wait for Meiwa to come back on stream. That's his bag.
Yeah, it says for May only actually on there. So,
Is it one of it? Okay. Okay.
Jan's here to take the keytar away.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
Sorry, just give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna change the
Oh,
music
Jan's
to
drawing
some
now.
real
Jan's drawing now.
We're gonna make Jan do
Give
the
us a
run
drawing.
cycle.
Give us a drawing on the.
Did I actually
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I am so sorry, guys.
Just riff. Do a
Okay,
mouse
we're good to
drawing.
go.
Oh.
Press J for Jan.
Okay.
I'll finish it, Jan.
Thanks, Jan.
Professionals. Okay.
Snaky
I'm just
friend.
gonna start drawing, and you.
Sure.
your
What's
thing.
the most annoying thing we've ever had to animate?
Annoying.
Yeah. Or hardest thing that
There's a
we've
lot
ever
of-
had to animate.
It's a hard one.
12 years is a long time to think of one single one.
Where am I for sex here?
I'm gonna say I had a scene once when I was working on Bob's Burgers that had,
Bob's Burgers.
I want to say like 24 characters in it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was 24 characters and a huge like zoom in pan or whatever, and it was like my computer could barely handle opening the scene, so that was very
Ugh.
yeah. It was a technical problem more than it was
Were you
a
able to,
animation problem.
Like, what were they doing? Like, what were 24 characters doing? Like, were they just standing there? Or
Yeah, but
were they all...
the way they wanted to do it was like it was more background people,
Okay.
but they wanted them to not be like so static, so they had to like, you know, move and blink and shift weight from one leg to the other.
Sure.
But yeah, it was 24 is a lot to deal with, even if you're just doing a blink for each of them.
Try and keep this as rough as possible. The more you get into the gritty details, the
Yeah.
less this looks. So I'm doing a key pose of a run.
Watermelon says, "Who dis? Wilson?"
Who dis? Who do you
Could
want
be
it, Who do you
anybody.
want it to be? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why that's so pointy, but
I like the pointy. It's good.
yeah. So I colored in this back leg just so that it's clear. So let's say that's the left leg. So here's some anatomy for you. So if your left leg's forward, let me just get this right.
Yeah.
I know bears run the wrong way.
Do they?
Don't they? Like, don't they do like? Oh, maybe that's just cartoon
I'm
bears. I
I'm
always
interested
think of a
now.
bear
I'm
run
curious.
as like left leg and right leg forward, and then. So like I remember.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
you'd
So
see
it would
like,
be weird.
Like, you know, like first year animation, and they get like the legs,
Yeah,
and arms,
yeah.
and legs mixed up, and I just call it the bear run. But
Yeah. Also, very important tip here, guys. I don't know if you saw what Alex did with the rough here, but he colored one leg in. When I was in school, I did not do this, and I always got confused as to what leg was what.
Oh yeah,
And
that'll happen.
needless to say, there was a time where I didn't think I was going to be an animator because I couldn't make a proper walk cycle.
There we go.
pretty bad.
I think that's right?
Yeah. Oh, it looks good.
Whoops. One drawing down. Still got 50 minutes to go.
Nice. Oh, dude, do you mind clicking on the...
Oh yeah. Is that blocking this?
Yeah,
this
thank
thing?
you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
Erica Pitt says, Alex, we called that bear marching when I was
bear
in
march.
Air Cadets.
There you go. So it's still bear themed.
Erica,
Cadets too. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
legit.
Yeah, so Erica, the pit fighter, is not just an animator, but
pit
also
fighter.
was in the Air Cadets.
Yeah. Don't mess with
Yeah.
Pit.
We don't mess with her. We give her space.
Okay. Well, you know what? This is like 90%.
Done?
So yeah. On that note, we'll leave you. No, I was gonna say this is like 90% Wilson already, so I'm just gonna make it Wilson.
Woo.
There we go. All you have to do is add the hair, and then it's pretty much Wilson.
Nice. Yeah.
Make it nice and full.
So when you guys are doing your rough pass on your posing or whatever, it's not too important to get caught up in like the details too much because
Yeah.
there's so much drawing to be done that if you do it now, you'll end up correcting it anyways later. So
Yeah.
just keep it rough and just get the feel, you know?
I would say I've even done too much detail. I sometimes don't do the face. Like, I mean, you'll see that in animation where like people will just do this, and that's really all you need to do at this point.
Yeah.
Because the more details you draw, like you're just gonna have to redraw that 100
Yeah.
times. I mean, it's better to quickly do a rough pass that like moves nicely, as opposed to something that's detailed and then you get, I don't know, you lose a bit of like flowiness when it's too detailed. Ragnar, just popping that mic.
It was doing a feedback.
Is it-
He has a metal.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep doing
All
my
right,
thing.
I think we're good now.
Okay.
It was the metal in my shirt. Sorry, folks.
Okay, this is probably a nicer drawing than I would normally start with.
Actually, Alex has put eyes in it, so he has no choice but to finish the drawing. He's given it life.
All right, I'm gonna do. So this is like the, I don't know what you call that. Does it even have a name? I'm gonna do the drawing where he's like fully like impacted on the ground. So like, I don't know, bend his head back. Here's like a old school trick. Just trace the head off to retain some volume.
Nice.
Could probably tilt his head down a bit. Why not? And then let's just move it down. Does that work? I don't know.
Nice. I think it does.
Maybe it does. We'll flip it. How about that?
Oof, nice. So you already feel that compressing motion.
Compressed. Okay, and the leg bends. So that's this leg that is kind of impacting the ground right there. Hits this other leg, comes in a bit. Let's say right here. And the beauty of this is that it's up to you. There are certain rules, but sometimes, you know, you break those rules and you come up with something really interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's one of those things where you got to know the rules to break the rules, but once you do and you're comfortable, you're
Flip
good to go.
often,
Yeah.
because I mean, that's what's gonna tell you what it's looking like. I'm looking at this arm now. You can see my cursor, right? Okay.
Sort of, yes.
So this arm will come back a little bit.
Nurak has a question. Is he drawing on the screen? If so, what monitor you guys got there? We are on a older 22-inch Cintiq, I believe. But yeah, it's one of the screens that Wacom makes. Is it Wacom or Wacom?
I say Wacom.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll go with Wacom today.
It's a Cintiq.
Yeah.
I can never,
Definitely makes your life easier as an animator if you have one, for sure.
Let's see. Is this gonna look weird? So this is the fun thing. Is like, you can see I erased that arm like 3 times. And just depending on where you place it, you're just gonna get a different feel in the timing or the spacing, the timing, just to bring it back. Okay, I'll just quickly draw his hair in.
Dreadful Dingus, how often do you have to replace the Cintiqs? I mean, I think they last pretty long. My wife has had the same Cintiq since 2008, I want to say, and it's been just a little bit more than 10 years now. So it depends, though, too. I think some people have theirs crap out a little bit early, but if you get a good one, they last pretty long.
Okay, so here's another little pro tip. I have taken this first drawing and pasted it after this one. It goes back to the same drawing. And then you can kind of just roughly, so now I basically want the same position, but with this hand forward. You know, just switched positions.
So you switched the shaded leg is now going to be the front leg, and the front leg from a while ago will now be the shaded leg. So effectively, you've just taken the same pose, but you're basically just reusing it as a way to save time. Animation, a lot of it is trying to cut down on the time that you spend on each drawing, because you're doing so much that you have to be economical with what you're doing. So this is a good life hack.
But what I do try to keep in mind is, so you can see I'm kind of offsetting it a little bit, like trace off like the general, like I would do the body usually, and the head. But then, so like now, like this leg will now be in the leading position. I'm not gonna trace off this other leg. I'm just gonna, I might make it thicker because it's like kind of in front of the other one. And
just give it a little bit more
so when,
difference.
Yeah, when it's moving at real speed, your eye doesn't think you're seeing the same image over and over again.
Little variation is good.
Yeah. So same thing with this back leg. I'm just gonna, just don't have it end at the same exact spot. Maybe change the foot angle.
Nice. Tara Lynn Price, how long would this take if you weren't streaming? Actually, probably a lot longer because we tend to nerd out on whatever we're doing, I think, when we're not on camera. This actually forces us to work a little bit faster, and sometimes it's not a bad thing. It actually makes you a little bit more focused, I think. I know when I'm working on my desk, I tend to noodle around with the pose until I'm happy with it, and sometimes it could take an hour for one pose if I just really wasn't feeling whatever pose I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. Let's see how that works.
I'm also really horrible, I think, at breaking some of these things down because I'm like that kind of worker. I mostly go by feel, so sometimes I don't even know if it's right or wrong, but I'm just, it feels right.
That's a valid way to do things.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have to do it like 100 times
Because
before you
I'm like, I should probably figure out.
But when you're starting out, that is what you do. Like, I couldn't do this when I was starting out. This is not how I would have done it.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks good.
Is it working? Is it working?
Yeah.
So even with these frames, that's what, 3 drawings?
3 drawings.
Oh,
yeah.
you know what? Let's do this one, but same thing we just did. I'll just do this real quick. We'll have a brand new drawing here. Because when the lines move, it's magic. So this arm back here. What did we say? I'm all confused now. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be flipping like this. Maybe I should be... Boop. Where's my drawing? Here it is. Here we go. Okay, let's just go off this drawing, then it'll really look different. So this leg compresses down. And then this leg is kind of behind. Boom.
Nice.
Actually, let's put some drag on that foot. Yeah. This arm goes back. So you've got this happening.
Negative Sun. That's a funny name. What is harder to animate, human figures or large monsters? It depends what it is, but usually we try to break things down by shape anyways, most of the time, like the biggest shapes. Oh, that's like really good.
Arm drag, that might be a little too much. Ooh.
Although for big monsters, I tend to find that it's just harder to animate them because it's harder to get a nice silhouette out of them because they're so big sometimes that you got to really, try and work out a good pose as opposed to like human characters. A little bit easier because they're more slender. It's easy to see a lot more shapes and stuff, I guess, when you're posing. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that right, but...
Okay, there's a run.
There's a run. There we go.
I didn't even draw lines on this face, but
dude, that only took like 15 minutes. That's
really
fast. Yeah.
There you go. Professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
There's a reason they call him the Dream.
I'll try to make this... oh, look, you can make it large. You guys can see... Maybe you can see better.
Sweet.
Can you make it, like, fat? Oh, it's short. There we go. That's why. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, so if you see the timeline down to the bottom left of the screen here, where there's a bit of a yellow highlight, that's all the drawings that's in the run cycle.
Yeah.
There's,
so where these black dots are, that's a keyframe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5th one is actually just a copy of this because we're doing a cycle.
Yeah.
So you always want it to go into the last, or the first frame, which is the last one. And then, so yeah, this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 frames. We have it set to 24 frames a second. This is what it looks like.
Nice.
It's pretty frantic.
Yeah.
So this is an example of, I don't know what you'd call that timing. I mean, that's a fast run.
That is a fast run.
That's pretty cartoony, I'd say. And then, yeah, the posing is like, don't want to say generic, but it's like, it's standard. It's like, if you had to draw a run from memory, like it's different if you, like if he's supposed to be doing a tired run, he'd probably
Yeah,
always be slunched and his arms
His
would
arms
probably
would be
be
like
down.
just
Or, you know, his arms could be like way up here and he's like, oh my gosh. And then that's like a scared run.
yeah, be like leaning back. Ah.
Or like the classic, like that run, like the Warner Brothers. Like,
Coco Pommel, running in the 90s.
or like I guess there's like the Naruto.
Oh yeah, there's the ninja run.
Yeah, basically you place the arms in a different
Yeah.
way and you get different expressive runs.
I don't recommend doing the ninja run though, because your balance is just like way off.
Yeah.
You
Like
don't
if
do
you
it.
trip on your shoelace or
Yeah,
something.
your face is
yeah,
done.
Worst ninja ever.
Yeah, always try to do the arm movement.
Arms are there to stabilize.
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah. Although I'm sure everything is practice, and if you do it enough time, don't take that advice for running. I am not a professional runner. I just sit on a
Yeah.
chair all day.
So if you want to refine your timing, this is like the most basic way you do it. This is the least amount of information you could have in a run, I think. Like I would break this down further.
Yeah.
But so here, let's do this. How about let's take this,
Ooh.
copy frames.
Question from Mindspatch here. Alex.
Okay.
Have you done any animation for Oxygen Not Included?
Have I?
Let him tell you.
Yes, I worked on Oxygen Not Included for, I can't remember now, like
3 years.
3 years. I was there close to the beginning, and I just recently moved back onto Don't Starve Together, which I haven't been on for 3 years plus, like a year or two.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but we're going back because we're doing another big push. It's going to be a lot of new DST stuff coming up. So yeah, myself, Yog, some other people are helping out on that, and it's kind of nice. I haven't been on Don't Starve in a long time, and it's still super fun. And
Once in a while, you'll still see Nana, Erica, and I crying on our desks because Alex left. And
Mike is dragging, apparently.
oh, sorry.
Here's pull this up. There.
Right. Thanks. But yeah, we're very sad that Alex has left us. Kind of lonely.
Lonely?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be back. I'm always around. Oh, look at that. I just duplicated the run.
Ooh.
For a reason I'll get into later. We'll put that there for now. And then hide it.
Techniques.
Okay, so the easiest way, as you may have guessed, to mess with your run timing is to just add keyframes. Or not keyframes, what's the other one? Frames.
Yeah.
Yeah, so extra frames to add timing. So here I'm just gonna put 4 frames into this pose. Ideally you want to, like because it's a cycle, if you don't balance like the time you add or take away on either side, so like on this drawing you'd want to add the same amount of time. If you don't, and I could show you actually, I'll show you this first. You might, as you may have guessed, who can guess? It's like a classroom. Who can guess what would happen if you didn't add Ragnar?
I don't actually know the answer.
So if you had more time on like one stride, it'll look like you're limping when you're doing this, and that might be intentional too. But
Oh, hey,
so
look,
there
that
you
looks
go.
good.
He looks like he's striding, right?
Yeah.
He's like.
Very stylish.
So same drawings, just planted in different spots. I'll unhide this, and you can kind of see the difference. So that's one example. So this one's a little bit faster, obviously. This one we added a total of 8 frames.
Yeah.
There is, what else can we do? We can do the opposite. We can add it to the contact, like the bottom frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. So same timing. We'll just do that. So that one's a bit weirder, but I
Still
mean,
works.
if you added
Ish.
another here we go. If you did, here, let's add like, so we've added 8 frames to each. Oh, what did I do here? Throw that up. Oh, it looks a bit more labored, right?
There you
like,
go. Yeah.
It looks like he's walking on
having a hard
like
time.
a heavy gravity planet or something.
Or he's just wearing the wrong shoes for running.
So in this case, like, there's probably not enough information here to really sell what you're going for. I'm gonna delete that and do a brand new drawing. So we've got these 2 drawings. It's hard to see, but just doing it in my head. This is what animators do.
You gotta feel it. Sometimes you just gotta act things out.
I wonder
you know?
sometimes with the non-artists, if they don't know and they see like one of us at our desk just going,
Oh yeah. Oh, I had this yesterday because I was trying to make something skip, right?
yeah, and you're like,
And I was just like skipping in the area there, and then Lynn stood up and just looked at me like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I was just like,
they're like animators, animate.
"Yeah, we're the
animatoring.
animator. We're the weird people."
Okay, so here I'm trying to picture, goes from here to here. It'd be funny. I always err on the side of funny. I think you kind of do too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move his body like this. He's gonna do a weird move. His head's gonna go up. Let's see.
Fuffles. That's what we tell people here all the time. We're the weird people. Don't judge, because we do a lot of strange things. We're trying to think of like, hey, how should this character move? And then we like walk all funny, like whatever, you know. We try not to scare our other coworkers though, because it's, you know.
This breakdown part is fun because that's kind of what gives the personality. I think we've talked about this before in like the breakdown talk, but this is kind of the fun time where you decide like how they move,
Yeah.
and that like, you know, very much lends to their personality. So like, I don't know. This is where you don't just do a straight in between. This is kind of like
Yeah. This is where
like a prancy run.
Yeah, this is like the breakdown part is like you can give 2 animators the same keys and then they will do things differently depending on how they break it down. Like getting from point A to B with the breakdowns is like you can change the flow of an action with one breakdown.
Yeah, this is a bit extreme, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. The arms are like kind of weird here. It goes from here. Oh, I guess they don't move that much, so never mind. I will keep this arm similar to what the other one's doing. You can only do so much before it looks too weird. Yeah, okay, so we got that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. I won't bother switching the arms and legs, you kind of get the idea.
Ooh.
So he looks kind of wonky. You know what? Yeah, it looks weird when the arm goes up like that.
Dragon Mage is so confident. It is a very confident feeling walk. He's just putting himself out there, like, let's do this, I'm ready.
So anyways, that like, I mean, that's one way to experiment with how your walk will look. Yeah, you can kind of play around and do all sorts of things. One thing I like is making the legs go all bendy.
Like noodle bendy?
Noodle bendy. So
Yes.
like a traditional, like this on the next frame, you'd probably go, you know, you'd probably do something like this.
Yeah.
Because it's like moving down the road and the knee starts to bend. Or you could do something like this. You can plant the foot down already and then like hyperextend the leg. and then that has its own, like, it feels like he's using his thigh to drive through. And yeah, you get weird results with that as well. So it's like bloop, bloop. Completely different feel.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun
It's the fun part
of
of
that sort of thing. Yeah, if I play around with this, I'll just play around with this a little bit longer, but if anyone has any questions about that, fire away.
Man, they've got our nicknames here.
Nicknames? What's my nickname?
Alex Savin, the Dream, and Ragnar End Times Rockstar. Thanks for that. Also, by the way, to Jesse. I think he's come up with all of our nicknames. If you guys are free on Tuesdays, come watch Jesse do his thing. He's one of the fastest artists I think I've ever met.
Jesse, yeah, the Drawbarian is from a different universe.
When I grow up, I want to be like Jesse.
Mm-hmm. I think that everyone does. Yeah. This Wilson looks like...
He just strutting.
He looks like he's running away, but he just got hit with a tranquilizer and it's just starting to like work, and his legs are giving, but he still needs to get away. So
or he's just listening to really cool music. The weird's all just
I guess so.
The beat's all weird.
But aren't you grown up?
I feel like it, but last month, someone who also I think works in this building got in the elevator with me and asked me if I went to school here. Just I don't know. I guess so. They're just like, it's like, no, I work here. He's like, oh, very good, very good.
All right, well that's that. That's how to draw, how to space, to space your run cycles. One of an infinite amount of ways. Run cycles still don't, like, I've been doing this for, oh gosh, I don't want to put that number out there, but a long time.
What's the number, Alex?
And cycles, these kinds of cycles, I'm not bored of them. Like, they're still super fun to do, and I still find, new ways of
doing runs.
Yeah, it's great. Watch people.
Jan says a long time.
A long time.
No number, but it's a long time.
50 years, close.
He looks good for.
I'm a vampire.
That's why it's dark in this room.
What was I gonna say? Something that animators do all the time is, just watch people on the street. Like, watch people's walks. Like, when we'll go out for coffee, and I know Aaron one time was like, he was just chuckling to himself. I was like, what's so funny? He's like, I just saw someone walk funny. And that's exactly what it is. Like, it's like noticing someone's funny walk. Don't be like weird about it. Don't stare. But it's funny to make notes of that kind of thing and try to add that to your work.
Totally. I think it's all like we do is watch people, save it as reference in your head, and then when the time comes, you just like, oh right, there was that one time this dude was walking funny, and then you just
Yeah. A lot of the silly things that I animated on Oxygen Not Included, like a lot of the dupe stuff. It's just stuff I saw people do, or like my kids do.
Yeah.
The dupes are pretty like childlike in a way.
Yeah.
And it's not like verbatim what they did. I just like something about an action made me laugh, and I try to translate that. It's almost like I try to punch it up in the drawing.
Yeah.
And make it even funnier, like even like whatever it is, like the way they open a jar, or the way they walk, or the way they go to the bathroom, whatever it is. Like,
Erica's being creepy on the chat.
Don't
stare, just observe.
That's the next Klei game. Don't stare.
Don't stare. Don't stare together.
We're just like eye contact.
Oh man.
Opens a jar funny. You can't open a jar funny. You can do anything.
I've seen him do it.
Like, try opening a really tight jar with your armpit. That would be funny. Or like your chin and your neck. Like, just
we tried opening a jar funny with our Erica pit.
Film it and tell me I wouldn't laugh. All right. Well, I don't know if I have anything to add to this run thing. I hope you guys got something out of that.
It'd be cool if if you guys took these two, or how many key poses was that? Like 4?
I did
4, 6?
1, 2, 3, 4 keys, and then these 2 are breakdowns.
Yeah.
This one leg.
That's one leg.
So the beauty of it too is when you play it in real time. I mean, you see that leg, you barely notice that the whole rest of the drawing isn't there.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing to think about when you're animating too. Is like sometimes you just need to focus on whatever you want people to focus on, and if that just means drawing one arm or one hand, or just the face in exactly the way you want it, and that's the most important part of whatever you're trying to get across, just do that and then move on and then come back to it. And yeah.
Negative Sun has a question. Does each animator work on a different animation, or do you work on one and choose from the best?
What do you mean choose from the best?
I think, like, do we animate all the same stuff and then do we choose? No,
Well, we couldn't. Well, yeah, that would be.
It'd be hard.
Fairly inefficient too, like doing all that work and then throwing away 80% of it.
Yeah.
We're all capable, and we all trust each other, and we all give each other feedback too.
Yeah.
But once you start an animation, you that person kind of owns it, and they take it all the way to the end and all the way into the game. And it never goes in like. It's like you finish it and then your first pass and then you're like, that's it, it's finished.
Yeah.
Like it always gets reworked or timing changes based on gameplay, things. There's all kinds of stuff like that. What software used for Hot Lava trailers and episodes? Proprietary.
Is it?
Well, Maya, and then
I'm not too sure.
Hot Lava's animated in Maya, and then in the past we've used, some like Adobe stuff, like to composite. Like Joel uses After Effects and Photoshop, all the standards.
Yeah.
And then we have some stuff that the geniuses at Klei have made that we can that help out, production tools that we use. Any other questions?
I think that's it for now. Yeah.
You care to show off some Don't Starve?
I'll hop on for a bit. I just pulled some regular files there from our very many file folders. Let me do the switch here. I'm gonna try to not be a mic abuser here, chat. That's good. We've done this dance before.
You're good.
Boom.
Here, I'll move this over.
Right on.
Sorry, I might have to put the chair up. I'll put mine down.
All right. Did I disappear from the screen? All right. Here we go. All right.
Oops, I don't want to kick your mic cord.
Jambel asks Ragnar and Alex, what's your favorite Nando's meal? Well, Jambel, my favorite Nando's meal is whatever meal I'm eating, as long as you're eating with us.
We're not in any way sponsored by Nando's, by the way.
I wish we were. I would eat that thing every day.
Nando's, they have them in Canada? Oh, I thought it was Canadian. Oh no, he explained that to us at lunch. It's not, definitely not.
All right, it's was it Portuguese? I think it's
Portuguese, South African. And if that's wrong, address all your complaints to Jambel. Oh, look at this guy.
So talk about run cycles.
What is this guy?
He's like the baby.
Explain.
The driller's baby version. There we go. Did I get that right?
From the acclaimed Oxygen Not Included.
Yes, from the Oxygen Not Included game. Anyway, he's a very simple run cycle. And it's...
I apologize for coughing into your ears just earlier. I realized it right as I did it, that's probably awful. I know when I listen to
where is this thing here?
Streams and podcasts, it's not great.
There's a way to...
What is the biggest project you have planned for 2019? Well, we have a lot of stuff on the go that is known.
Loop.
We're trying to get Oxygen Not Included out. more stuff on Don't Starve Together.
Indeed, indeed.
Hot lavas.
On the go. So we also have this guy. I don't know if you remember this little dude.
I like that
But
guy.
so both these cycles are actually very similar. They're the timing is pretty similar. It's just the
Is there a loop? There's no loop. in this.
there's a loop in this one. I just found it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's quite similar in timing. Just the I guess the spacing is just a little bit different, and the actions are a bit different. But
Do you remember how long the cycle is?
I think it was less than. It's definitely less than 30 frames.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, I think we can.
One thing to note is, like, I was animating that run at 24
Frame number.
frames per second, and on our games we animate at 30 frames per second.
Yeah. So if we
It's
go
a small difference, but
do this. Oh, I think it's 0. And get that compressed part. Yeah, it's only 14 frames.
oh wow.
So it's very economical. So you can do a lot with 14 frames depending on how you space things and how you time things and how well you can make a pose read.
Yeah, he looks happy. He's got
Yeah,
a sunny
he's very,
disposition.
very happy.
He's jolly.
Yeah.
The other guy, what's his name?
Driller.
Driller baby. He looks like he's really trying to impress
Yeah.
his parents or
He's
something.
going pretty fast.
He doesn't want to get left behind.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He's definitely, well, I don't know. Between these two, I don't know who I'd say is more athletic.
You designed him too, right?
Yeah.
Why did you give him such stumps?
Uh,
All right.
so here's the thing. I thought
It's
it was
cruel.
I thought it was really cute.
It is really cute.
I thought it was really cute, and then I had to animate him, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. This
But he
was.
looks like he's struggling so hard.
I
But he's
also-
got heart.
I also struggled.
I can feel it. I can feel it in that cycle.
The struggle is real, yeah, it's one of the fun things. Like sometimes
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
like you design something, you're like, oh, well now I have to animate this, I guess, and then you just
I feel like that's happened a lot with you too. Like
Yeah.
you're like, you design this crazy thing, and then you're like, oh yeah, I have to animate.
yeah, I have to
this
animate
now.
this. I'm always expecting to pass it. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you do any animation in Spriter, or is it all in Animate?
All in animate. Yeah. I don't actually think have you used Spriter before?
We, I think we created a template in Spriter for people to make Don't Starve mods, their skins. That's the only time we ever used Spriter, and we just figured maybe it was in a less cumbersome way of doing it. But yeah, no, I've never actually worked in it, and all our workflows are designed
Mostly in Flash.
around Animate, like all our 2D stuff. So.
I've also got a couple other examples here of the
Yay.
the dances. So
This.
let's start with this, because this one is this is the this is not the very
This is a blueprint for how you should dance at weddings.
yes. This is very effective, by the way, because you're at a very consistent level and no one doubts.
What's your mic?
Oh, my mic's dragging again. Sorry.
Sorry, everybody.
My bad.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Oh, right.
This is a good
Yeah.
example.
This is a good dance to do if you're just you're not a gifted dancer.
Yeah.
This is what
I think that's just what your body does.
Yeah.
You don't even have to learn it. That's just, if you don't know
Yeah.
what to do, you just move your arms back and forth
Yeah.
and make fists.
slightly awkward but adorable.
You need that grin too.
Yeah. I wish I saved the GIF for this, because when I was working on the dance stuff, Alex sent me like a 2 drawing GIF of a dupe dancing pretty much exactly
Pretty
like
much
this.
that dance.
Yeah, and
the only reason, that I sent you that is because you were doing all like really cool dances.
Yeah.
Which is great, but I figured we needed a dupe that didn't know how to dance.
I think that
So-
was very important, and I'm super
Contrast.
glad we.
It's all about contrast.
It's all about contrast. But
That's great. What are those little markings?
so the little markings here, the red one and the blue one, they're just, if you can see, the red lines are just sort of tracing where the end of the fist there is moving through, or the space that it's moving through, and the spaces that it's covering. And you can kind of sort of tell it's very even.
But that's what you were going for.
Yeah, and that's what you're going for. So if that's what you're going for, the animation has to read that way. You got to space it that way.
If you're trying to do something super exciting,
Yeah.
like Spider-Man jumping and landing,
Yeah.
even timing, you're probably going to get a bunch of revisions.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take away a bunch of these tweens and the motion tweens and move classic tween. Here we go. And then you can see the key is just that. Actually, that's very close to what you sent.
That
us.
is,
yeah. So that's the very basic
Yeah, so
keys
that
for this.
even like kind of what we were doing with the run cycle, like if you just had that,
Yeah.
like it looks more peppy
Yeah,
in
it
a way,
does. Yeah,
even
it's
though
like-
it's the same, it's actually the same timing, it just
Yeah.
doesn't have in-betweens in it.
And then you can. Oh, I'm doing here. Technical difficulties here. Oh, wait, I pressed the wrong button on the keyboard. This keyboard is weird.
I'm just going to explain motion tweens for people that have never heard of it.
Right, yes, please do.
But continue if you want to keep, or unless you're going to.
Oh, no, go for it. Play this.
If you look at these black dots on the timeline.
Right here, where the cursor is moving.
Yeah, those are the keys, as we were saying earlier, and anything that's blue in between is a motion tween, and that's essentially a computer interpolation of your keyframe. So we have like can you just stop and show them like what a symbol is?
Symbol would be. Oh,
We basically isolate parts of the body, like the
Right.
head, the upper
Head
arm.
here.
We turn those into symbols, which is what is like animate language for
click on any of these. Hold
kind
on.
of like a
let's-
group.
Oh, they're locked.
And then those symbols have properties, like you can in between them.
So this is a symbol.
Yeah, so like actually play that with how you moved it there. Like go out and just play, so you can see what the computer did, like with that symbol, and then just move the. See,
Oh, yeah.
like so Ragnar moved one keyframe, but the computer is just adding all the rest of the motion tweens. That's what motion tweens are. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a long-winded. They're computer in-betweens. That's
Yes.
what they are.
Very important, and also you gotta.
It bothers me
Six.
that the hard hat is squishing. It's cartoon land.
Actually, I'm just gonna undo that.
But you're right. Sometimes if rigid things squash too much, they break that illusion that they're made of something
Solid.
solid.
Yeah.
But a little bit of squash.
A little bit of
I'm
squash
not
is
mad
good.
at it. You know?
If you look at it very close, it's kind of weird, but from afar, it gives it a little bit more. Yeah.
And actually, that's a good point. That's very specific to our job. Is we animate like this close or this close even sometimes. But we have to remember to zoom like almost this far out.
Yeah.
Before we put these animations in the game, because sometimes you animate this close and your action is so subtle, and then you go out and it's just not big enough. So
Yeah.
you always have to remember, like in the game, the dupes are probably that big, like when you're looking at them running around. And then you also have to take into account like double speed, triple speed.
Yeah. Oh, Souza has a question. Did you ever get angry at a design you made for being too hard to animate? I do that to myself all the time. Alex helps me out a lot, actually.
We help each other out. you know?
Yeah. But I think that's just a normal thing that you run into, because sometimes when you're trying to design something cool or like different looking, and then you go, okay, this looks great, and then you have to sit down, you have to animate it. But like if you design something that's not normal, then you have to think about like, how does this move? How does this, how do they do things? How would they eat? How would they walk? How do they sleep? It kind of snowballs, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Do you have animator dance parties when you finish a big project?
We dance while we work on these projects.
How many animators work at Klei, and whose dance moves are extra on fire?
I think
know.
Erica's moves are extra
Erica,
on
really?
fire, because she does
Okay.
like the neck thing, and she's kind of good at it.
She invented the party parrot.
Did she? I need her autograph.
Facts. We'll get back to you on how many animators work at Klei, because we've been growing in recent times.
True.
There's quite a few of us now, so
Yeah.
it's a big happy family. Can you show us the moonwalk, please? Do you have the moonwalk?
I do not have the moonwalk,
But there's other cool stuff.
but there's other cool stuff.
Who came up with the unibrow dupe? I think I drew that unibrow.
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna change the timing on this, but continue with the unibrow talk.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Unibrows, they're a thing. That was early on. We were just trying to do variations for the faces, and unibrow just seemed like a good one.
Ooh, I think this is right. Sure. I'm just changing the timing here, messing with like how, and then you'll see that the hands now aren't moving as closely to the lines on the screen. It's actually, it seems like he's or she's dancing a lot better now, just by changing the timing a little bit.
She's like double sawing a tree.
Yeah.
That's what the dance move is.
Then we'll move on to another dance.
Show us. I think they get fancier.
I'm
guessing they get fancier.
Yeah,
Do they ramp up?
They do get a little bit fancier. This is the double step snap.
There you go.
Boom. Oh wait, I gotta put that on loop here.
That's when you graduate from that last dance. You add in a snap.
When you've gone and attended a couple of weddings and you've got practice, then you eventually add a snap to it.
Looking the other way. I like the change of eye direction.
Yeah, I think you guys suggested that.
Really?
Yeah, because I put this up on our chat like right after I finished working on it, and she was just looking in one direction, and they were like, "Hey, what if the head turned?" I was like, "What if the head turned?" And it looked great.
Yeah, it adds that.
Yeah.
It adds that. Hey, I'm here and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, and back to like spacing and stuff too. So when I was working on this, the hardest thing, I think this was the hardest one I worked on out of all the 3 dances, because the idea was I wanted the character to snap, but then I didn't know how to make it read properly.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to make read, especially we were just talking about like zooming way out.
Yeah. And so.
Sorry, can I just see what that looks like?
Sure.
Yeah, it totally reads.
Yeah. It was.
What did you do, Ragnar?
A lot of things. And this is the one that worked. So if you can see here, there's this huge. I'm just gonna try to. There's this huge gap here between where the hand starts before the snap happens and after the snap happens. Let's see, where's the beginning of this? Oh, here. So this line here, that's where the hand starts, and then there's this gap here where.
Oh, I like that stretchy hand before the snap.
A lot of it is just like trying to when people snap or when you see them dance, they do this like thing where they bop, and there's like a bounce that you get. And if you drew it that way in animation, it won't read. So you got to try and replicate the feeling somehow by.
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
So this is a lot of research.
What's taking Ragnar so long?
Yeah. So this is what I found out worked the best. I took hands that didn't make sense when you break them down. Like, I don't know if you could see this.
Like that looks like a wrong frame.
Oh, it's such a wrong frame.
It's probably the best frame.
Take a look at this, chat. This does not make sense at all. But it has that like stretchy feeling if you like just move through the animation just a bit, and
it's just poses too, like you.
Yeah, but you need to give it some good space to be able to read, and then at the end here you can see like these blue lines here, right here, is like sort of like a little arc that the hand travels afterwards, and you try to catch that motion just so it feathers out, I guess, and it's smooth.
You play it in real time?
Yeah, so if you play it in real time.
Yeah, look at that. That's got snap.
Not bad. And then the flashy bit at the end helps
the
too.
effects really
they sell it.
To sell that.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you play around with the timing and the spacing of stuff, like usually you find what you're looking for, but
yeah,
gotta feel it.
I like it.
And then the last one.
Oh boy.
Here we go. And
You've graduated to.
Yeah. This
you're
is
the
like.
star of the wedding now.
I just gotta loop it right.
Those arms are bananas.
Yeah. No shame dance. That's right. When you're so confident that you're dancing.
I was so distracted by the arms, you don't even see how awesome the legs are. They're doing this weird jelly dance too.
It's so silly. I haven't seen these files in a long time, but you'll also see here in like the timeline, there's like way more keys, just because if you're trying to do like more complicated animation, you can't rely on the tween so much, and you have to actually go in there and manually adjust like every single frame if you can. So again, with the red lines and the blue lines, you can see like,
You can see where the hands fall.
yeah, boom, boom. And then this section here in the middle where like the space is just huge, that's like, you know, that's your fastest point in the animation, which is also, pro tip, if you want to change your animation cells or your drawings, this,
Cells.
yeah, oh, that's such
Like it,
that's weird.
yeah.
Huh? Yeah, but if you want to change drawings, this is the perfect time, any time, or anywhere between here, like, let's see, this part before it gets to here, and then you could switch drawings, no problem, because people aren't going to see it. It's moving too fast. So if you see here, it's a different hand here, and then all of a sudden it's like this hand.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of obvious, but the more space that's between two ticks in animation, that's going to read as faster movement.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. Spacing and timing is mind-blowing.
It is. Time.
I haven't been paying attention. The Carlton? Yeah, it's the Carlton.
Yes.
Is the duplicate suit part of their skin or printed on?
I don't know, actually. I've
Nobody knows.
yeah. We aren't told of certain infos. It's a secret. It's very closely guarded. But yeah, that's right on time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we can go longer if you want to still talk about anything.
No, I think
got everything?
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Just
Yeah. Is there anyone's
Exactly
question
what
we
I
didn't answer? I was kind of bad at. I was so enamored by Ragnar's dance moves that.
I can't dance actually, so I make the dupes do it.
Well, we've got a few minutes. Why don't you bust him? Sorry, I won't put you on the spot.
I'll dance if you dance.
Okay, yeah. Are her hands backwards? No.
No.
No,
Maybe
they're
one
not.
frame.
Maybe. Maybe this. Oh no, that was thinking of the snap. where
I think
the
that was
hands-
the snap one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
is it possible to recreate this in Spriter?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like software is software. You know, you can make animation. There's all kinds of animation software. One that I really enjoy is like just like I think it's just called Stop Motion, and it's on every phone. Like
Is that the one that Jeff's been using?
I think so. I think he has a better one too. But there's one that's free, and you can it'll literally you can set it to like take a picture every 3 seconds or 5 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's super fun. You don't even need to draw. You just move something
things.
around. Take a toy and make it go.
Yeah.
That's a very fun thing to experiment with. And
There's-
it's impressive.
There's this other one I was using on an iPad and another Android tablet. I think it's called Flip-a-Clip.
Oh,
and-
yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I think you have to buy it, or there's a free version of it, but they play ads and it's kind of a little weird. But if you want to just like a cheap software where you can draw and like have a timeline and stuff, like I think it was like $7 or something like that on a.
Yeah, if you
on
do
a-
a
on
quick
a pad.
Google search, you'll find all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
There's so much, and yeah, there's fun things to do there.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's it.
thanks for hanging
I
us.
hope you
hanging
guys,
with us, guys.
enjoyed it. I hope
Um,
you learned a few things.
I hope I definitely learned a few things.
I learned a few
I
things.
learned a lot of things. But yeah, stick with us for we're hosting. What is this? We're hosting Chewy for you. Playing DST after the stream. All right.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks. We'll see you all next time.
Tell Chewy we said hi.
Goodbye.
Bye.